Working with Google Ads will provide you with many benefits, such as the ability to target your ads. Now, this will allow you to show your ads to certain people with specific interests. You also have the ability to control your costs. There's no minimum spend and you have full control over how you invest your money. You choose how much you spend per month, per day and per ad, and you only ever pay when someone clicks your ad. You also have the ability to measure your success. You'll know if someone clicks your ads and completes an action that's valuable to your business. By seeing which ads get clicks and which ones don't, you'll also quickly see where to invest in your campaign. And as we can see, that will only ever boost the return on your investment. You'll also have the ability to manage your campaigns. If you have more than one campaign or multiple sites or multiple ad accounts, Google Ads will have a tool that will allow you to easily manage and monitor these accounts all under one roof. Welcome to this video tutorial on getting started with Google Ads. Now, what is Google Ads? Google Ads is an online advertiser that allows paid advertisements and advertisements that appear on other sites that are connected to Google's display network. This allows you to reach a massive audience all around the globe, right from the comfort of your own home. Your Google Ads campaigns and ad groups can be set up in any way you'd like. Essentially, you want to set them up in a way that will make it easy for you to measure the goals that you're aiming to achieve by setting up with Google Ads. Now, one of the most common ways of setting up with Google Ads from scratch is to create a campaign per site, and then within your campaign to have your first ad group as basic registrations. What you would then do is optimize the basic registrations campaign and take the keywords and ads that work well for you and drive full members to your platform, and then create a second campaign called conversions. This second campaign will be designed for the sole purpose of attracting users that go on to convert and become full members and essentially drive revenue back into your pocket. Getting started with Google Ads is really simple to set up, and it allows you to connect your dating site with people making related searches from all around the world. What we'll need to do is set up an active campaign to get going, so I'll take you through the process now. Within your Google Ads account, you'll see this blue plus button. Simply click this when you're on the campaign tab to start a new campaign. The first question you'll be asked is to select the goal that will make this campaign successful to you. Now for us, this is going to be sales. We'll then need to select our campaign type. Now I'm going to select search, as we know this performs very well within the dating industry. Now we need to select the ways that we'd like to reach our goal. Now for us, this will be websites visits, as we're an online dating company. You can also enter your site URL just below. Now we'll go through the basic settings of our campaign. Now the first thing you need to do is give your campaign a name. So for this, we're going to call it Basic Test. Then you'll have to choose what network you would like your ads to appear in. Now, the search network is the Google search results that will appear when people type in keyword searches to trigger your ads. The option here that's ticked for include Google search partners, I'm going to untick. Now the reason for that is if you leave this box ticked, your ads potentially will appear on other sites that are connected to Google's display network or Google search partners. Now the display network in itself is a different network which relies on visual ads. And again, for this example, as I want to restrict my ads to just appear on Google, I'm going to deselect this option. The next option that you'll see is the locations. Now I'm going to keep this set up for the United Kingdom as we're a UK-based site. However, WLD does operate in 7 English-speaking geos, being Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, Ireland, the UK, Canada, and America. For the language, I'll leave this set as English. As I said, we're looking to acquire for a UK-based site. Great. Now we've set up our campaigns. All we need to do now is set up our ad groups, keywords, and ads. Now, a campaign is a collection of ad groups, and an ad group is a collection of keywords and ads. Now, the best way to find the keywords that trigger our searches is use the keyword planner. So I'm going to show you how to do this. Now, on your overview page, all you need to do is look at the top and click on Tools and Settings. Then you'll need to hover over Planning and Keyword Planner. Now when you're in here, you'll need to discover new keywords. So essentially that's the option we'll click on. Now there are 2 ways to find keywords for your site. You can either do this by using your website URL, as I'll show you now. So simply enter your URL into the site and click on Get. As you can see, Google has now supplied us with a whole list of keyword ideas that we can use for our campaigns. Now, rather than just select the top 5, what I'm going to do is show you how to select the best keywords. So initially what you want to do is have a look at the average monthly searches to see what keywords here have the highest search volumes. Now I've sorted them by monthly volume, I can work my way down. The second thing you want to pay attention to is the competition, as this will show you potentially how hard it will be to hit that top spot for this keyword. Now based off of this, what I'm going to look at and select is dating for free, dating matches, and also mature dating, free and single. Now, what you also have to be aware of is when you are selecting the keywords, not to select keywords that are too close to other sites. So I'm going to remove this option and instead look at some of the other higher volume keywords that are available to me. What I'm going to do here is select dating and online, make my way down, now one of the next options that I'm going to select is over 60s dating. Now the reason for this is, one, it has good volume, however the competition is high, but as you'll see on the right hand side, the top of the page bid low range is under £1, which means that potentially this could be one of the cheaper keywords to acquire. Now as you look at this column, you'll see other keywords with even lower values, and again just giving you a guide on how cheap it will be to acquire for these keywords. Now one of the cheapest keywords that I can see here, completely free dating. This necessarily wouldn't be a good keyword for us, as the dating sites do require a subscription to gain full access. Now I've got 4 keywords selected to begin with. I'm going to show you how to add these to your campaign. We select an existing campaign, basic test, we select an ad group. I'm going to select this and put this into keyword ideas, and then we're going to leave the match as broad match, as this will open it up to the biggest audience possible. All you then need to do is simply click add keywords, and there we go. Now we have our campaign and keywords. What we need to do is start showing our ads for our campaign. And what we need to do then is write ads based on the keywords that we've selected. Now when writing your ads, keep what you say short and straight to the point. Now when looking to write your ads, what you need to do is, on your overview page, click ads and extensions. You then need to click the blue plus button, select text ad, and you'll then be asked what campaign and ad group you'd like to write your ad for. We're going to select basic test and then Google recommendations. Here we have our ad page. Step 1. Enter your final URL. Now this will be the web page that's displayed when someone clicks on your ad. There we go. Step 2. Writing our first headline. Now, when we write this headline, we need to make sure that this headline is engaging, as this is the first thing the user will see when your ad is generated. What I'm going to do in this example is ask a question to try and prompt the user to ask themselves that question and therefore become engaged with the headline. Step 3. Writing our second headline. Now as this is the accompanying headline for the first one, and in my first headline I've asked a question, I'd like to essentially give the user an answer for the second headline. So I'm going to use the headline, find your perfect match. Step 4. Enter in our display path. Now this is the URL that will be shown to the user just below the headlines. So it will give the user an idea of the page that they will eventually end up on. We're going to select the URL that we have as our final URL, so there's no confusion for the user. Step 5. Now we need to write a description. Now your description essentially needs to try and contain the keyword that you've added to your ad groups, and also essentially copy from your landing page. You also have the option to add a second description. Now at this point, we'll need to save our ad, and it will then be submitted for approval. Now that we've submitted our ads for approval, we'll need to set up the conversion tracking to see how well our ads are performing and how close we are to reaching our goal. So from your overview page, if you hover along Tools and Settings again, and then click on Measurement if it's an option for you, then Conversions. Now you'll need to click on the blue plus button, which will take you through to this page here. Step 1. Choose the kind of conversion that you'd like to track. Now for us, this is website. Step 2. What we need to do now is select the category that we'd like to track. Now in this instance, we're going to select sign up, as that's a basic registration for us. And this will then also pre-populate the conversion name below. Step 3. The value. Now we're going to have to measure the impact of our advertising by giving conversions a value. Now as we're looking to acquire sign-ups, which are basic registrations, we want to use the same value for each conversion. We're not going to assign a currency to this, but let the value be 1. Step 4. The count. This will select how many conversions to count per click or interaction. Now for this, I'm going to select 1. Now you'll also have 4 options at the bottom here. Now your conversion window is the time that you will allow for a conversion to happen and then be recorded. Now I'm going to extend this to the maximum of 90 days. You'll then also have the view through conversion window option. Now this will allow the amount of time from when your ad is shown, so an impression, to the person then going on to convert. Now I'm going to leave this set as 1 day, because after 24 hours there's no guarantee that the impression of your ad is what actually led to the sign up that is then generated. The included conversions column. Now I'm going to put this as yes. Now the reason I'm leaving this as yes is because what we need to do in this first campaign, first ad group, is to essentially acquire users that will go on to become registered members on our platform. So I want to include my sign up tracking in my conversions, as that's what I'm aiming. Then we'll have our attribution model. Now without going into too much detail, there are 5 options here: last click, first click, linear, time decay and position based. Now essentially, to have your Google Ads tracking compatible with the WLD platform, you ideally want to have this selected as last click. Great. Now that you've watched our video, you may need a reference point moving forward. So don't forget, you can download this guide as a PDF, or you can reach out to one of your dedicated account managers here at WLD.